Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're setting the stage for an exploration into how global trade finance is about to undergo a massive, fundamental upgrade. If you've ever dealt with the absolute friction of cross-border deals, you know exactly how painful the current system can be. So let's dive right in and see exactly how things are shifting. 503 service unavailable. The server is temporarily unable to service your request due to capacity problems. Ugh, right? We have all hit this universal digital roadblock, and you know exactly how frustrating it feels when you're just trying to get something done quickly. But think about this for a second. What if the global financial system itself is essentially throwing a 503 error? Because let's be real, for modern operators moving goods internationally, the legacy system of traditional correspondent banking is effectively failing them. The networks are congested, outdated, and they simply cannot service the sheer speed at which global demand operates today. Here is the blueprint for our explainer today. 1. The broken trade system. 2. What is the Finternet? 3. Turning cargo into capital. 4. Unified ledgers in action. 5. Programmable trust and AI. And finally, 6. Preparing for tokenized trade. Let's get into it. Section 1. The broken trade system. Look, the crucial takeaway here is that friction is a direct tax on your growth. Just look at the specific bottlenecks holding trade back right now. Settlement typically drags on for 3 to 7 days. That means your capital is entirely trapped in this waiting zone. You could literally have a massive container of goods sitting at a port in Jubilee while your funds crawl through the SWIFT network for days. On top of that, high correspondent bank fees and really opaque foreign exchange spreads just eat away at your thin margins, especially if you're dealing in bulk commodities. We are remarkably still relying on manual paper verification for crucial documents like bills of lading, which makes them incredibly prone to loss or forgery. And of course, just one midstream bank can cause an unexplained compliance freeze, locking up your funds for weeks. Section 2. What is the Finternet? So what is the solution? Conceived by the Bank for International Settlements, the BIS, the Finternet is their vision for our financial future. It's defined as a financial network of networks that uses unified ledgers to merge tokenized money and real-world assets into one seamless ecosystem. And what's really fascinating here is that the Finternet is not just some experimental crypto buzzword. It is a highly practical operating system designed to replace fragmented bank databases once and for all. We're actually already seeing this in action with the Membridge project, where the UAE, China, Hong Kong, and Thailand are actively settling multi-CBDC cross-border payments in a matter of seconds. A core pillar holding this all up is tokenization. This is the process of converting your rights to real-world physical assets, like cash, shipping invoices, or even bulk commodities like bitumen or urea, into programmable digital tokens. This fundamentally changes the game. It takes heavy physical goods and turns them into highly liquid, instantly verifiable digital instruments on a ledger. And governing all these tokens? Smart contracts. Think of these as self-executing code that automates your trade agreements and payments based on verifiable real-world conditions. They basically act as a flawless digital escrow. The exact moment a contractual milestone is met, boom, the contract triggers the actions automatically. This entirely replaces that sluggish, error-prone, and totally outdated letters of credit system that currently eats up weeks of your valuable time. Section 3. Turning cargo into capital. Capital is no longer trapped floating on an ocean vessel for weeks on end. With the Finternet, operators can access inventory financing, which means gaining instant liquidity for goods while they are literally still in transit or just sitting in a free zone warehouse. You can utilize invoice tokenization, converting your accounts receivable into highly liquid tokens with totally transparent settlement terms. And you can leverage commodity-backed tokens, which allow bulk assets like wheat or polymers to be broken down into fractional tradable units. So you can actually use your cargo as high-velocity collateral to secure instant financing, completely bypassing the weeks spent waiting for traditional bank appraisals. Section 4. Unified ledgers in action. The difference between the legacy system and the Finternet approach is pretty staggering. Settlement time drops from over 3 to 7 days down to just seconds or minutes. Counterparty risk completely plummets. But how? Through atomic settlement mechanisms. This means we achieve payment versus payment, the simultaneous exchange of currencies, and delivery versus payment. Essentially, the Finternet ensures that the money only moves if the goods move. Period. To see how this actually works, let's walk through what a 2026 trade workflow looks like. Step 1, you have a digital agreement. Now, this isn't just a PDF, it's a live executable contract living on the ledger. Step 2 is autonomous tracking. As your goods ship, IoT sensors monitor the container's exact location or even the temperature control for perishables and feed that real-time data straight to the contract. Finally, step 3, atomic release. The verified milestones from those sensors automatically trigger the smart contract payout. The human error element in document verification is entirely removed. Section 5, Programmable Trust and AI. Now, when you hear about transparent ledgers, you naturally have to ask, what about privacy in a completely transparent digital world? If everything is on a shared ledger, aren't your sensitive trade secrets and counterparty data completely exposed for everyone to see? Well, the answer lies in zero-knowledge proofs, or ZKPs. These are brilliant cryptographic methods that allow you to prove a transaction is valid or compliant without actually revealing the sensitive underlying data to the public. It basically acts as a cloak of privacy, keeping your competitive edge and your relationships completely confidential. And building on top of this secure foundation, we'll soon see AI autonomous trade agents serving as a trade operating system. These AI agents won't just track your shipments, they'll actually optimize your supply chains by reacting to weather delays in the Atlantic or foreign exchange volatility in real time, instantly and intelligently adjusting your financing or settlement currencies. Section 6, Preparing for Tokenized Trade. Building this digital muscle happens incrementally. The source material maps out a great timeline. Within the next 3 months, it advises conducting cost audits to find exactly where high fees hurt your trade corridors the most, and transitioning completely to high-quality digital document management. At 12 months, you should be running small, smart contract pilots with trusted partners and testing tokenized collateral. And by 36 months, the ultimate goal is full integration, orchestrating natively on interoperable digital ledgers. And as the market shifts, we're seeing the rise of centralized hubs designed to handle this transition. For example, the author of our source material advocates for their own platform, Tendify.net, using it as a model of a trade command center. It really just illustrates how the market is actively building tools today to seamlessly combine market intelligence, compliance automation, and faster cross-border settlements into a single interface for this new Finternet era. I want to leave you with this really powerful quote from our source. The deals of tomorrow will go to those who move value as fast as information. The technology to remove the single largest bottleneck in global commerce is literally here. So the question you have to ask yourself today is, are your operations ready to stop waiting on legacy banks and start moving at the speed of the Finternet?